Okay, so we're gonna go through each of the characters. I guess I need to zoom out a little bit, and by zoom out, I mean move the camera itself. Each character, if you tap the character, you get to see the power moves they actually use in the battles. And their reactions when they win, when they don't win. So I'm just going to go through each one of them. This is going to be maybe multiple videos to see all of them. Now, if you notice, the ones that have hearts, which I just discovered, are all of my favorite characters, so you're probably going to see more of those at the beginning. We're going to just see him flinch. So these are all the actual, and it's random, so you don't know how many it'll take or how many each of them have. Sorry, I should move my finger out of the way. Apologies. I love Anne. She's fantastic. If you guys have not seen Amphibia, this show is phenomenal. Once I see something reboot twice, I also love this show. It was canceled way too soon. I would consider myself a little bit of a Molly McGee, except for the fact that I cannot see ghosts, which I am very thankful for. I mean, I'm not always Molly McGee. She is way more chipper than I ever would be. All the time. Because you saw when she flinched, she didn't even flinch. It was more of a, haha, yay. Yeah, it was not a real flinch like some of the other characters. Dante. I think there's one point where Dante actually turns into the other form that he sees in the movie. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it off the top of my head. Ah! I think I'm crashing down. Isabella. And they get that little flinch either when they get hit in the game or right before they die. They're like, oh man. They get super depressed. There's probably additional things for like some of their superpower moves that you aren't going to see here. But we're not going to go through and play through every character because I don't have that much time. Neither does this game. Now, I should talk to you before about costume changes. These are the costume change choices you have for Max. I don't use them because they're ridiculous. They're not real costume changes, it's just color difference. Mirabelle. I wish I could get her higher level, but I can't. Not without, like, figuring out how to manipulate the game. And at this point, we've already started going through them. I cannot raise their levels while we're in the middle of this. Otherwise, it'll put them all in different orders, and we'll see them again. One more time. Doofenshmirtz. Doofenshmirtz is the same situation where it's just different colors. But it looks like I actually have... Yeah, let's buy a costume. What? No, we don't want it. Shenanigans. Shenanigans. Ooh, look at that. I wonder if the different ones have different upgrades. Because the original one is him with the brown pants. I didn't realize I had gotten enough to buy all of them. I'm not gonna... Should we go with the one with the blue? Let's see what happens. I wonder what happened. Anyway, so we'll see what Doofenshmirtz throws a wrench. An inator. I think that was a wrenchinator. For those of you guys who know, you know. Self-destruct button. I think he only has 3 innators, if you count the wrench innator. Loose. Sorry, there's not much talking I need to really do. And again, loose, another one of those situations where it's just a different color. I feel like there's a little laziness involved here. Shere Khan. I'll try to make these videos. I might have to do like 3 or 4 of these shenanigans. Just because there's so many characters. The Underminer. He's actually a super powerful character in this game, and I use him all the time. I'm actually impressed with how useful he actually is. I mean, with an evil laugh like that, how can you not be amazing, though, right? Kronk. Kronk is one of those situations where he actually has a different outfit, but I could not earn or figure out how to earn enough stuff to change him into the Squirrel Scout outfit. So, no Squirrel Scout Kronk for me. Too bad. He does this little cool teleport thing and he like disappears and sends people through. He like pulls a lever and they disappear, which is cool. It buys you some time if you need it, but if he if he does it and you've got 3 seconds left, you've automatically lost because your opponent is alive but not on the board. Kuzco. You can really tell which are my favorite movies based on which are my favorite characters. Sweetums. No, don't get me wrong. I love Muppets. And Sweetums is a powerhouse when it comes to the game. Love this guy. Barley. I am largely biased because, you know, huge fan of the voice actor. But I'm not going to drop any names because I'm just not. And he's also kind of a D&D-er. That's kind of fun. Vinny! He's got some of the best lines in that movie. If you have not seen it, Atlantis, like, some of the stuff he says, you're just like, wait, what? Yeah. I didn't like him at first, but, you know, you can't not love Vinny. Little John. I was never a big fan of bear characters when I was a kid, but I did love Little John. Oh, Candace. That kooky girl. I don't think her mom ever found out about her brothers. Actually, I haven't watched the newest season. Super excited to know there's another season. But, you know, been working and writing and obviously not playing this game. Rose, for those of you guys who don't know, is actually from American Dragon. Is that the name of the series? I think it's American Dragon. Jake Long. Of course, I love Mulan. She's fantastic. She is by far my favorite of what is considered a princess, even though she is way cooler than a princess, let's be honest. Ferb. I did find it interesting that some characters in this game got their own character. Like Phineas and Ferb each have their own avatar. They each have their own character. But then some characters, like from Luca, they share a character. Again, this is one of those where it's different colors. We don't care. Oh, Eda lost her head. Doing magic. Good job. Okay. Flynn. Or Eugene for those of us that who really know who he is. I wish they actually had different costumes for some of these. I'd be curious to see. Some of them like a little bit like Smolder. Sorry, he's one of my favorites. That. I love that. That's so stinky cute. Jack Sparrow. The rum's gone. Again, one of the earlier characters they released. Not like the first, but he was pretty early on. I'll do another video to actually look at to see who was released in what order. Because some of them were released right away, but you didn't just get them. You had to earn them the same way you've had to earn every character in this game. Which is part of why I'm making this video, because it was a long 8-year journey to actually earn all but 2 of the characters, who I will never get. Sad face. But actually not so sad because I don't like either of them as characters, so I don't really care. I don't know why I keep hitting the same thing. Rapunzel! Her hair is clearly shorter, and when it's actually the graphics in the game and she throws her hair, you see it. It's not like it disappears in that creepy way like it just does in this clip here. So, and I never understood why they only gave... Now, Anna and Elsa were actually added to the game after the second movie, which is why you're seeing her in this outfit. But there was such an, I don't know if it was outroar or commotion or shenanigans, that one of her is just a punch. She's just like, hi. One of her attacks is just a punch in the face. That's funny stuff. But that's why she's in the outfit she wore in the second movie. Sheriff of Nottingham. Classic character. Again, if you have not seen these movies, guys, get on it. I have no idea how many of them are accessible to streaming, but if you can't find them and you don't have the funds to try to hunt them down and pay for them, check out your local library. And also make sure you have a DVD player, because they don't have... I don't know how else you'd rent it if you don't have a DVD player. Hopper. Now, if some of you guys have never seen Bug's Life, the best line from Bug's Life is, they come, they eat, they leave. And I use this line all the time. I use it for people who, they come, they use you for something, and then they're out of your lives. So I call those people hoppers. Now, there's a new movie that actually came out called Hoppers. So that could get confusing. I guess I may have to change that. But, I'll randomly say, they come, they eat, they leave, and people just look at me like, what? The grasshoppers. They would come, eat all the ants' food, and then leave. I love Hiro. I love the fact that they didn't put him in his battle gear, but Hiro is the only character that they represented in Big Hero 6 here that's not in his battle gear. All of the rest of them are, including Baymax. These are the characters they should have given alternative costumes to. Like Hiro, for example, and also, all of them. So we didn't set out to be superheroes, but sometimes life doesn't go the way you plan. The good thing is, my brother wanted to help a lot of people. That's why that's what we're gonna do. So I guess I never realized there's apparently a famous quote from each character. Yeah. Robin Hood. Now, for some of you guys that know of the company Genre Creations that I have, it has a fox as its logo. That's because when I was a kid, I was obsessed with foxes. And Robin Hood is one of the first fox icons that I ever encountered as a child. I just thought he was so cool. I wanted to do archery. And I did, but I am really not very good at it. And that's okay, I'm still a good person. So says, well, somebody, I'm sure. Kristoff. I'm really hoping, guys, in the new movie, we get some Kristoff backstory. And people are like, we got Kristoff's backstory. He was an ice farmer, and he sold ice. And you saw him as a kid where he met Sven. And I'm like, you're calling that a backstory? Why was a child out on the ice, essentially alone, because nobody cared when he didn't show up and he didn't come back, and they paid no attention to him. In fact, there was one guy I think actually scowled at him, but I'd have to go back and see it. When you're actually battling with Kristoff, Sven does run across the screen, but he doesn't show up in this little clip, which is disappointing. But yeah, I want to know more about Kristoff. Nick, my first character. Now, Nick has an outfit he changes into his police uniform. Cool, huh? We're not going to do that, though. When he throws that popsicle when they're actually battling, you see this entire, like, stream of lemmings just run across the screen and attack whoever's on the other side. So, oh, maybe it's when he throws the 3 the other direction. My bad. Anyway, love Nick. This is an underrated movie. I think that they made some weird choices for this one, which is why, and some major PR problems. So it did not get the love and respect it deserved for Treasure Planet. But you're also talking to someone whose favorite classic book is Treasure Island, so I probably have some bias here. All right, remember how we talked about Elsa? She was originally released with this outfit. And people were not happy with it. They're like, where's the Elsa I know and love? Well, here she is. She's right here. I'm going to change her into this outfit for you. And see, all the attacks are the same. But if you notice, she's a little more hippie in this version. And I don't mean, cool, calm, collected person who... So see, the stance is totally different. Interesting. We go back to that. Yeah. She's almost like 2 totally different characters. Unlike with some of them that we saw where it was... Yeah, these are not in order. Crap tap doodles. Well, maybe we skipped past Chip and Dale because I don't remember seeing them at all. Where some of the characters, they have the same exact outfit. So, pretty sure we skipped Chip and Dale. Oh, look, they've got Zipper, too. I don't think we ever got Monterey Jack, though. We did get Gadget in this one. Okay, we're going to have to skip through. Okay, here we go. Hey, Shang. Okay, this is what I was afraid of and why I didn't want to start to exit out. We have now, the characters are no longer in the same order for whatever reason, and now we're getting new characters we didn't see before. Because Li Shang was not after Anna originally, so I don't know why they're jumping around. Shenanigans. Cool move, though. Alright, so I'm going to have to figure this out. Oh, golly gee, they moved again. Oh, stinkers. So I'm going to just go up and make sure there's none we missed up here, because the whole point of this is to kind of get a smattering of the characters and see what they're like. See, like, Hopper was not right before Bolt before. Pretty sure Hopper was before... See, we missed all of these guys in here? Come on! Shenanigans. That's why I was leaving it at this particular screen, so that it wouldn't skip characters. There's Bolt. I do find it interesting that this is the version that doesn't have his electric, you know, like his makeup essentially on it. Because he has the, well, I won't, no spoilers. But he's got his superpowers. Come on, guys. What's up with that? This is another fantastically classic movie that I loved. The movie was really good. I don't know how the special effects would hold up now, or if people would like tear it to shreds. But at the time, it was pretty fantastic. I love this movie too. I am curious if they do come out with Coco too, because I've heard rumors. How are they going to do that when she's already... Oh wait, spoilers. Yeah, because Coco is not the main character, but she is at the same time. She's the source of all of the stuff. I love how they can actually portray what music just based on his reactions to things. Pretty good. Gonzo. Come on, Gonzo. Do something interesting. Come on, I know you got more than 2 attacks, man. Apparently he doesn't. He's got flinch. Apparently fling. That's disappointing. I'm gonna keep moving. She throws 2 punches where Anna just throws 1. Now we already did Hero. We already did Robin Hood. We did Sven, Nick, Jim, Elsa. Ian. There we go. Someone new. Okay. Sorry, I don't have a lot to say about this one. This was a good movie. I mean, I think because it came out, when it came out, it had a lot more trouble. It probably would have done much better if it would have had a more serious theater release before COVID, but not much chance afterwards. Okay. Oh man, I love this movie. Oh, I love my heart. Carl's my favorite though. And, well, obviously Doug is my favorite, but Doug doesn't have a character in this game. He is just a part of one of the other characters' character. Which I'm not as big a fan of. Winnie the Pooh is fine and dandy. I don't always understand all the hype, but Winnie is a cutie. I do find it interesting he's Winnie the Pooh, but everyone calls him Pooh. Why does no one ever call him Winnie? That's his name, guys. Come on. Everyone calls him Winnie. On that note, we're going to end because this video has now gone very long. We'll start up another video and do the rest.